1943, Arana Hall, a residential college of the University of Otago in Dunedin, New Zealand, is founded. January 18, 1943, the first Warsaw Ghetto uprising begins. February 20, 1943, the Paracutin volcano begins to appear in a cornfield in Mexico. March 4, 1943, the 15th Academy Awards ceremony is held in Los Angeles. March 10, 1943, Banco Bradesco is founded in Malaria, São Paulo, Brazil. June 30, 1943, United States Civilian Conservation Corps abolished. July 10, 1943, the Allied invasion of Axis-controlled Europe begins. November 22, 1943, Lebanon gains independence on ending of the French Mandate. 1944, Americium, at number 95, and Curium, at number 96, were discovered. January 15, 1944, the 1944 San Juan earthquake hits San Juan, Argentina. January 17, 1944, the Battle of Monte Cassino begins in Italy. February 20, 1944, the United States takes Eniwetok Island. March 1944, Mount Vesuvius erupts. March 12, 1944, the Political Committee of National Liberation is created in Greece. March 15, 1944, Soviet Union has introduced new anthem, replacing Internationale. June 16, 1944, George Stinney is executed. July 22, 1944, the Bretton Woods Conference ends. August 1, 1944, the Warsaw Uprising begins. August 29, 1944, the Slovak national uprising against the Axis powers begins. September 15, 1944, the Battle of Peleliu begins. September 17, 1944, Operation Market Garden begins. September 19, 1944, an armistice between Finland and the Soviet Union is signed, ending the continuation war. September 26, 1944, Operation Market Garden ends. October 18, 1944, the Volkssturm Nazi militia is founded on Adolf Hitler's orders. October 19, 1944, Guatemalan Revolution begins. November 18, 1944, the Popular Socialist Youth is founded in Cuba. November 26, 1944, Florence Foster Jenkins dies. December 7, 1944, Convention on International Civil Aviation signed in Chicago. December 16, 1944, Germany begins the Ardennes offensive. December 19, 1944, Le Monde begins publication in Paris. December 20, 1944, the United States Women Air Force service pilots are disbanded. January 13, 1945, the Soviet Union begins the East Prussian offensive. January 17, 1945, the Soviet Union occupies Warsaw as the capital of Poland. January 20, 1945, Franklin D. Roosevelt is re-elected for the fourth term. February 1945, Anne Frank dies. February 16, 1945, the bombing of Whistle in World War II begins. March 15, 1945, the 17th Academy Awards ceremony is held. March 22, 1945, Arab League is formed. April 9, 1945, Johann Georg Elser is executed. April 12, 1945, President Franklin D. Roosevelt dies suddenly at Warm Springs, Georgia, and Harry S. Truman becomes the 33rd President of the United States. April 28, 1945, Benito Mussolini and Clara Pataksai are executed. April 30, 1945, death of Adolf Hitler. May 8, 1945, Victory in Europe Day is observed by the Western European powers. June 26, 1945, the United Nations Charter is signed. July 29, 1945, The BBC Light programme radio station is launched. August 6, 1945 at 8:15 a.m., atomic bombing of Hiroshima. August 9, 1945, atomic bombing of Nagasaki. August 15, 1945, North and South Korea and Taiwan gains independence. August 17, 1945, Indonesia gained independence. September 2, 1945, World War II ends, and Vietnam gained independence. October 4, 1945, the Partizan Belgrade Sports Club is founded in Belgrade. October 16, 1945, Food and Agriculture Organization is established. October 24, 1945, the United Nations has formed by Argentina, Belarus and SSR, Brazil, Chile, China, Cuba, Denmark, Dominican Republic, Egypt, El Salvador, France, Haiti, Iran, Lebanon, Luxembourg, New Zealand, Nicaragua, Paraguay, Philippines, Poland, Saudi Arabia, Syria, Turkey, Ukrainian SSR, United Kingdom, United States of America, USSR, and Yugoslavia joining the United Nations. October 25, 1945, Greece joins the United Nations. October 30, 1945, India joins the United Nations. October 31, 1945, Peru joins the United Nations. November 1, 1945, Australia joins the United Nations. November 2, 1945, Costa Rica and Liberia joins the United Nations. November 5, 1945, Colombia joins the United Nations. November 7, 1945, Mexico and South Africa joins the United Nations. November 9, 1945, Canada joins the United Nations. November 13, 1945, Ethiopia and Panama joins the United Nations. November 14, 1945, Bolivia joins the United Nations. November 15, 1945, Venezuela joins the United Nations. November 21, 1945, Guatemala joins the United Nations. November 27, 1945, Norway joins the United Nations. December 10, 1945, Netherlands joins the United Nations. December 17, 1945, Honduras joins the United Nations. December 18, 1945, Uruguay joins the United Nations. December 21, 1945, Ecuador and Iraq joins the United Nations. December 24, 1945, Lemmy Kilmister, an English musician that was the founder of the band called Motorhead, and an person named before Lemmy Koopa, was born. December 27, 1945, Belgium joins the United Nations. January 10, 1946, the opening the space age. February 14, 1946, the Bank of England is nationalised. February 15, 1946, ENIAC came out. 7, 1946, the 18th Academy Awards ceremony is held. March 19, 1946, French Guiana, Guadeloupe, Martinique and Réunion became overseas of France. April 1, 1946, the 1946 Aleutian Islands earthquake shakes the Aleutian Islands. April 17, 1946, Syria gained independence. April 23, 1946, the Eastern Pennsylvania Basketball League is founded. May 27, 1946, Sony Corporation was founded in Tokyo as the capital of Japan. May 2, 1946, the Hashemite Kingdom of Transjordan is founded. May 25, 1946, Jordan gained independence. June 3, 1946, the Interpol organization is refounded. June 6, 1946, the Basketball Association of America is formed. June 23, 1946, the 1946 Vancouver Island earthquake affected the island. June 30, 1946, The War Relocation Authority is abolished. July 4, 1946, Ankara University is founded in Turkey. July 5, 1946, the bikini is first modeled in Paris. July 7, 1946, Howard Hughes nearly dies. August 1, 1946, the Scandinavian Airlines system is founded. August 4, 1946, the 1946 Dominican Republic earthquake hits the northern Dominican Republic. August 16, 1946, the Kurdistan Democratic Party is founded in South Kurdistan. September 19, 1946, the Council of Europe is founded. September 24, 1946, Cathay Pacific Airways is founded in Hong Kong. October 1, 1946, Mensa is founded by Roland Berriel. October 6, 1946, Per Albin Hansson dies. October 14, 1946, International Organization for Standardization is founded. November 10, 1946, the Slimebridge Wetland Reserve opens in England. November 15, 1946, the Netherlands recognizes the Republic of Indonesia. November 19, 1946, Afghanistan, Iceland and Sweden join the United Nations. November 23, 1946, the Workers' Party of South Korea is founded. November 29, 1946, the All Indonesia Center of Labor Organizations is founded in Jakarta as the capital of Indonesia. December 2, 1946, the International Whaling Commission was signed. December 11, 1946, the United Nations Children's Emergency Fund is founded. December 16, 1946, Siam joins the United Nations. December 20, 1946, a 1946 earthquake occurred with an tsunami in Japan. December 22, 1946, the Havana Conference begins. December 24, 1946, France's Fourth Republic is founded. December 26, 1946, the Flamingo Hotel opens on the Las Vegas Strip. January 1, 1947, Nigeria gains limited autonomy. February 7, 1947, South Pacific Commission founded. February 23, 1947, the International Organization for Standardization is founded. March 1, 1947, the International Monetary Fund begins to operate. March 9, 1947, Carrie Chapman Catt dies in New Rochelle. March 19, 1947, the 19th Academy Awards ceremony is held. April 9, 1947, the journey of reconciliation begins. April 21, 1947, Iggy Pop, an American rock musician, founder of the band called the Stooges, and a person who was named before Iggy Koopa, was born. May 22, 1947, the Cold War begins. June 1947, the doomsday clock of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists is introduced. June 10, 1947, Saab in Sweden produces its first automobile. July 1, 1947, the United States begins the National Malaria Eradication Program. July 26, 1947, the National Security Act of 1947 was signed into law. August 14, 1947, Pakistan gained independence. August 15, 1947, India gained independence. September 18, 1947, the Central Intelligence Agency is officially founded. September 22, 1947, Information Bureau of the Communist and Workers' Parties is founded. September 30, 1947, Pakistan and Yemen join the United Nations. October 20, 1947, the Indo-Pakistani War of 1947 begins. October 30, 1947, the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade is established. November 21, 1947, the United Nations Conference on Trade and Employment begins in Havana, Cuba. December 22, 1947, The new constitution of Italy was accepted.